What's up with it, everybody? You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing and Sports. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. And you already know what to do. When you come in, let me know you in the building. Let me know where you coming from. Tap in with me. And we gonna do things different today. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to call in and state your opinion on what's going on. Because, Tank Davis, when we talk about Tank Davis is the best fighter in the world. Tank Davis is special. Tank Davis is the A side. Lord to the game, boxing talk, what it do? Chopstick, what it do? Yeah, we gonna talk about it tonight. We gonna dig into it. We gonna talk about it. And like I said, I got the number up. So y'all can call in. KG Alexander, what's good with it? We gonna really get down to the nitty gritty. We gonna get down to the bottom of this tonight. And when you come in the building, punch on my like button and share this to your boxing groups. And we gonna get it started. I'm just, giving people a chance to let them know that I'm on, that I'm in the building, and we gonna cook on this. We gonna cook on this Tank Davis situation. We gonna cook on it. We gonna get down to the real on what's going on with Mr. Tank Davis. Tank Davis is the best fighter in the world. When we talk about Tank Davis, Tank is special. All these other guys in the division, they want Tank. Tank is the special one. Shout out to Leonard Ellaby. I like Leonard Ellaby. Leonard know he do a hell of a job promoting his fighters over there on TMT. And like I said, we gonna get the show started real soon. But before I even start, y'all need to hit my like button. Hit the like button when you come off in the building, and go subscribe to Everything Boxing and Sports on YouTube. And go over to YouTube and check me out. Cash Lansky, what's good with it? Okay, I got you. Like I said, I'm gonna have a whole lot of shit coming in soon. Hey, Cash, it hit me up on my line and let me know if you got any more of them shirts. Cause I got some people that want some of them shirts. So like I said, I'm about getting ready to get into it. Give me one quick second, y'all. And I'm gonna put the number, I'm gonna put the phone number scrolling across the screen, and I'm gonna also put the phone number in both chats. So if y'all got something to say, feel free to call in tonight. Sal Hamilton off in the building. Cassandra Mason off in the building. What's good? Randall Bivens off in the building. What's happening with it? Okay, shit. Let's go ahead and just dive on into it. Let's dive on into it. And I'm going to break this down from the very beginning. Let's go ahead and dive on into it. So, Tank Davis, we all know Tank Davis is one of the biggest superstars in boxing. Leonard Ellaby, he always let y'all know every time he talk about Tank Davis that Tank Davis is the best fighter in the world. I mean, when we talk about Tank Davis, see, when we talk about these other guys, all these other fighters, they want to be on Tank Davis level, So Tank Davis is special. We got a plan for Tank Davis, and we're going to make Tank Davis the biggest superstar in all of boxing. Tank Davis is just the best fighter in the world. So when we talk about Tank Davis, is he gonna be the biggest superstar like Leonard Ellaby always tell us he gonna be? Is Tank Davis that guy, right? We know that Tank Davis, we know he went to Atlanta, he had it popping. We know that every time that Tank Davis come on TV, Mr. Reyes J off in the building, Brown Foster off in the building. We know when he come on TV, people are rushing to their TVs, rushing to the arena, right, to watch Tank Davis, the best fighter in the world, to watch Tank Davis fight. But is Tank Davis been ducking the smoke, and going around these top elite level fighters to basically save his record so they can, keep calling him the special fighter, the best fighter in the world, of whatever Leonard Ellaby want to tell you. Now, so we all know that Tank Davis has been a fighter that has not been ducked. We talk about all of these other fighters. We could talk about Terrence Crawford. We talk about Errol Spence. We talk about the Charlo brothers. We talk about Wilder. We talk about Lomachenko. We talk about all these other fighters, right? And when a lot of these other fighters' name come up, we talk about them being ducked, right? But it's the opposite. Let me throw Gary Russell Jr. in there, Shakur Stevenson. A lot of these fighters are being ducked, but it's the opposite for Tank Davis. Tank Davis has never had a problem with having people call him out. Tank Davis don't have a problem with people getting, wanting to fight him, right? But it seems like it's the opposite with Tank Davis. It seems like Tank Davis is ducking these, ducking the smoke against the top level competition. So is he really ducking the smoke, or is it just all an illusion, all a part of the plan, that they got for Tank Davis? So let's talk about that. Randall Bivens says, hey, man, boxing better start putting better fights cards together. He says they're going to end up falling behind UFC. I feel you, man. I feel you. But we coming hard this month. This September, they coming hard. So let's see what we do, But let's talk about it, right? And like I said, the number scrolling across the screen. Feel free to call in if you in the building. If you on Facebook or YouTube, hit the like button. But let's just go ahead and, let's talk about it. So Tank Davis, he's been called out by Devin Haney, Tank Davis recently did an interview, right? And they asked him about all of these different fighters that's been calling him out. You know, they asked him about Devin Haney. He said, "Oh, he's just a clout baby. Devin Haney's a clout baby." Whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. I thought that y'all were in the same weight divisions, right? I thought that if somebody called you out, you supposed to basically answer that, you know, like you supposed to answer it like a man, right? So that's what he said about Devin Haney. They asked him about Ryan Garcia. He said Ryan Garcia was a baby, right? He said Ryan Garcia, that's a baby, right? But went on to say that Ryan Garcia is one of the fighters that he wants to fight. But we'll get into that a little bit later on in the conversation. Tank Davis was also asked about Gary Russell. We know that Gary Russell has been one of the ones that's been calling out Tank Davis for a while now, loud and clear, right? He said Gary Russell is not a fight that they want to do because Gary Russell's not big enough. Gary Russell can't sell out the arena in Baltimore or wherever. He said he can't sell out the MGM down there in the DC area. That's a lie. We all know that Gary Russell Jr. and Tank Davis in the DC area, in the MGM down there, would sell out to capacity. So that everybody knows that's a lie. So he brushed off Gary Russell, made the excuse that Gary Russell's not big enough, right? So you done brushed off. You've already made an excuse for Devin Haney. He's a clout baby. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. You made an excuse for Gary Russell, right? Right. You said he's not big enough for you to fight, right? Then they asked you about Lomachenko, right? They asked you about Lomachenko. Now, when they ask about Lomachenko, y'all go back and watch the video, right? I'm not making no shit up. Curtis Anderson. Salute to Curtis Anderson, the boxing god in the building, the boxing dictionary in the building. You know, if you want to know anything about any year but Kurt Anderson, he got all of it for you. And I heard you're gonna be coming back pretty soon, Kurt Anderson. I'm looking forward to watching you. Let me see. Chopstick said all the top guys at 135. Umar Scott, what's good? So anyway, like I said, so let's go ahead and get back into it. So he's made an excuse for Devin Haney, right? He's made an excuse for Gary Russell. So it seems like, but he really didn't make no excuse for Ryan Garcia, right? Because he called Ryan Garcia a baby, right? But then he went on to say that he wanted to fight Ryan Garcia. So let's talk about this. Tank Davis won the title damn near 5 years ago. Let me get to exactly when Tank Davis won his title against Pedraza, right? Let me see. When did Tank Davis, I believe it was 2016 or early 17, he fought Pedraza. Let's see. Because we got to keep the same energy, and we got to keep the same energy with all of these guys. If we gonna come on here and we gonna talk about Terrence Crawford not fighting nobody, and some people think Terrence Crawford is ducking. I don't necessarily think he's ducking, but you know, it is what it is. We got to keep the same energy for all of these fighters across the board. We can't change it up if it's somebody that you like. So he fought Pedraza in November of 2017, right? That is almost 4 years ago. He fought Pedraza, right? That's been almost 4 years since he fought Pedraza. Ever since then, he ain't fought nobody, right? So let's get into it. So he was a champion. So you champion, of course, everybody's gonna be wanting to fight you. If you Tank Davis, you fight on TMT promotion. So how is it that Tank Davis has got away all of these years without fighting any of the top competition? That's what I want to know. How is it that all of the fans are still steadily making excuses for Tank Davis? And then every time somebody calls Tank Davis out and he has a blatant excuse, to not fight them, all of the fans, they back him. Like, oh, Tank Davis doesn't have to. Tank Davis is special. Tank Davis he is. Okay. And then I hear, well, Tank Davis is special. Okay, he looks special, but at 130 pounds, did Adrian Broner? This is the thing. You can compare Adrian Broner and Tank Davis right out of the gate, right? Because when Adrian Broner came out, Adrian Broner was special. Everybody said Adrian Broner was going to be the next pay-per-view superstar. Let me see who calling in. Hold on. Hello? Who this?
Yo, this is Larry Foster. What's happening, brother?
What's going on with you, brother?
Man, I'm glad you is talking about these dudes. I've been wanting to talk about these dudes for a minute. Cause I'm from that way. I just moved to South Carolina, but I'm from that way, and I got a bone to pick with these dudes because they be ducking each other like crazy.
Right, exactly. So let's go ahead and talk about it, Larry. So, like I was saying, is first we gonna do the comparison because everybody like to say, well, they know Tank is the best at 130 or 135 because of the eye test. A lot of his fans are saying that. Oh, Tank is gonna go in there. If he fought Lomachenko, he'll knock him out. He'll fuck up Devin Haney. He'll fuck up Teofimo. Everybody you name, they say that Tank Davis is the best. He better than him, right? But all of these other fighters that we naming, they actually trying to fight the best. Tank Davis is the opposite, right? So let's make the comparison since a lot of people like to say, oh, well, Tank Davis is going to be the next big superstar. Tank Davis is going to be this and that. Now, you can make the easiest comparison to him and Adrian Broner because there's a lot of similarities. I'm not saying that they fight the same. They don't fight the same, right? But it's a lot of similarities with how people were talking about them on the up and coming. Adrian Broner was at the 100 and 130 and 135 pound weight division. Adrian Broner was a monster in those weight divisions, right? He was walking through everybody that he fought. He was knocking everybody out. Everybody was saying that he was the next big thing in boxing, right? Adrian Broner also started getting bread. He started getting paper early. And he started doing the same thing that we see Tank Davis doing, blowing up in weight. And then, when the competition started rising, his performances started dropping. He didn't look the same, right? A lot of people, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people thought, that's due to not his talent, because if you ask anybody about Adrian Broner, everybody say that he has all of the talent in the world, just like they say about Tank Davis. They say he has all of the talent in the world. It's just that he's not disciplined outside of the ring. He doesn't keep his weight down. He has fat camps. If everybody that's watching, you got to admit it's similarities. When you talk about Tank Davis, they say the same thing. Tank Davis, the difference is he still hasn't stepped up and fought one of those opponents, those high class opponents. You can say Gamboa all day. Nobody was talking about no Gamboa. Nobody was talking about how good Gamboa still was at the age of almost 39 years old until Tank Davis fought him, right? But soon as Tank Davis had a fight against Gamboa, Gamboa was special. Gamboa was still the same Gamboa like he was back in his early years. Nobody was talking about Gamboa. Everybody talked about Gamboa was washed up until he got in there to fight Tank, and then it was Gamboa's still the same. He's still the same Gamboa that fought Crawford. Come on now. So that's why I'm saying how everybody wanted to move the goalpost when it has something to do with a fighter that they like.
He's just power. He got talent. I can't deny that. He got some talent, but he's not special to me. Gamboa, I didn't think Gamboa was rejuvenated. I just think Gamboa was timing up for Tank. Tank is not as special as people make him out to be. That's why he's wrecking everybody.
Well, see, me, it's like We don't know how special he is because he hasn't fought that level of competition. When you, like I just said with AB, when you, okay, so you can have all of the talent in the world, right? But if you don't stay in shape and train like the top level athletes, see, people come on here and they talk about Tank Davis taking over boxing. Tank Davis being this and that, and Tank Davis gonna be the next Mayweather. He gonna be the next superstar. He gonna be the best fighter in the world. Name me one fighter that could be the best fighter in the world, that's the biggest superstar, and don't have discipline outside of the ring.
It ain't none. All they gonna do is be Instagram famous. That's it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, man, I'm so done with this dude, man. Like, to me, he just look flawed. He look flawed, and he being protected right now. Eventually, he gonna have to see one of these cats, and they gonna chime up on him. Point blank and simple.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. Okay. So back to my original, what I was originally saying. So everybody making excuses for Tank Davis. Tank Davis, he has an excuse every time somebody asks him, about these top class fighter. He got an excuse. Now let's talk about Devin Haney. Let's talk about what he said about Devin Haney. He said Devin Haney was a clout baby. Now, what is that supposed to mean? So everybody that wants to fight you is supposed to want just clout chasing? Like, if this man want to fight you, that's what he's supposed to want to do. Maybe Tank Davis think that everybody wants clout because maybe he thinks that everybody's supposed to have the mentality, the same mentality, mentality that he does. Everybody don't have the same mentality that Tank Davis does. Okay, some of these dudes is real dogs. They actually want to fight the best. You should be wanting to fight the best.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it no better.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me that I have never really got that from Tank Davis, that he wanted to fight the best. You never hear Tank Davis talk about that he want to fight the best. When Tank Davis, he like I said, he called Devin Haney a clout baby. Didn't say he wanted to fight Devin Haney. Didn't say that he would ever fight Devin Haney, right? He just brushed it off, right? When Lomachenko was brought up in the interview, Tank Davis starts stuttering like he forgot, like he don't know how to talk. He starts stuttering, and then he said he was not going to fight Lomachenko till 2022. He said, probably early 2022. Now, he said he has a plan. He said, after the plan that we got, Lomachenko, somewhere like early 2022. Now, let's talk about this. You got a plan, okay? Let's break it down, right? He says he has a plan. That's the reason why he don't want to fight Lomachenko now. But we know that he's been ducking Lomachenko for years upon years. And that's a fact, whether you like it or not. No, he did. Lamar Davis, he did not say, he said 2022, or good so damn well he not fighting Lomachenko next year, right? Why would he say 2022? But that's what I'm saying. People want to talk about make every excuse for Tank Davis, right? But when it's another fighter, they want to switch it up. Let's keep it the same for Tank Davis, right? Stop protecting this man. He's not a baby. No, Tank Davis is not a baby. He's a grown man.
He's going the Money Mayweather route. You know what I'm saying? See, you know what I'm saying? The thing about the respect I give Floyd is, before he went the Money Mayweather route, he was Pretty Boy Floyd. He was fighting the dogs, and he put in that work. You know what I'm saying? Then he turned it into a business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Doing with Tank, but I just feel like Tank ain't fought none of them lions yet to make that transition. That's what I don't like about it.
That's what I'm saying. And see, this is the thing, right? So you talking about, oh, well, maybe late 2021, 2022, he see the fight really somewhere in 2022 early, he see the fight, right? That's bullshit because this man been calling you out for years and years. So let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about what he's really trying to do. Let's stop protecting him and let's talk about what he really trying to do, right? He said he got a plan, right? You say, Leo Santa Cruz, we know you fight him next, right? Then you said you earlier when they asked you about Ryan Garcia, you said he was just a baby. You laughed him off and said he was just a baby. But then later on in the interview, you said that you wanted to fight Ryan Garcia, right? You said that's one of the fights that you wanted to make, Ryan Garcia, right? So it seems to me, you said he was a baby yourself. Basically, what that means is that he's green and he's not even ready to be on the level that you fighting on. So basically you want to fight Ryan Garcia because not only do you know he got a big name, you looking at Ryan Garcia is like, oh, he a baby. I could beat him easy, right? Now, I'm going to let y'all know, if Ryan Garcia goes out there and whoops Luke Campbell and get Luke Campbell out of there, I guarantee you that his tone is going to change up. I guarantee you that because he don't want to fight the best. And I'm not saying that because I don't like Tank. I was a huge Tank fan, but Tank's starting to rub me the wrong way, and I'm going to keep it 100. So if y'all come on here, oh, you don't like Tank, I don't give a damn who you say I don't like. It is what it is. Tank's starting to rub me the wrong way because I like fighters that's willing to get in there with the best, and he told y'all, if you go back and watch the interview that he just did, he said, we're after the money. He didn't say nothing about I want to fight the best and the money gonna come. He said that's all Tank Davis is worried about. But so what is Tank Davis's plan, right? If he fight, when he got the fight coming up against Leo Santa Cruz, okay? He beats Leo Santa Cruz. Say I got him beating Leo Santa Cruz. Say he beats Leo Santa Cruz, right? Then after he beats, after he beats Leo Santa Cruz, say that he goes and fights what's his name? Ryan Garcia, right? Right? So you go fight Ryan Garcia. Who you gonna fight after that? What's the plan? What's the plan? Because you said that Lomo was down the line. See what you trying to do, right? Because everybody knows that if you was really after the money, see, you can't say too many things. You can't say too many things because then you got something like me. You could call me the cleanup man or whatever you want to call me. You know what I'm saying? Just don't call me no punk, right? You could call me whatever you want, but you got somebody like me that's going to come in and I'm going to dissect everything that you're saying, right? So you saying that you after the money. If you was really after the money, you know that a fight between you and Lomachenko is huge, especially if Lomachenko beats Teofimo Lopez, right? If Lomachenko beat Teofimo Lopez, then a fight between you and him is huge. Who else you gonna fight and make more money than fight Lomachenko? So are you really after the money, or are you after the money but easy fights that's gonna get you money? That's what it really sounds like to me, Tank Davis. You really after easy fights.
I don't think he'll fight Lomachenko. I think he'll fight Teofimo before he'll fight Lomachenko.
Every time Lomachenko's name is brought up, he get to stuttering, and then soon after he get to stuttering, it's an excuse that comes up. It never fails. So whatever y'all want to say, y'all got to stop protecting this bullshit, right? You gotta start protecting this. Stop protecting this bullshit because everybody that's on here is protecting Tank Davis. You don't keep it the same with these other fighters. You don't, because
He don't be having that same energy. He always switch it up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sick of.
It's funny, right? You and tell me I'm not. If anybody say I'm lying, you full of shit. Tell me I'm not. It's the same people that give every excuse for Lomachenko, right? I mean, they give every excuse for Tank Davis, but it tell you that Lomachenko's ducking certain fighters. I don't get that. You got the same people that will make every excuse in the book for Tank Davis not fight nobody, but then will have the nerve with the same mouth and lips to tell you that Lomachenko ducking this guy and ducking Devin Haney and what is it?
Exactly.
What is it? Make that shit make sense to me, please.
It don't. But their mouth will say anything. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, man, a lie don't care who tell it. You know what I'm saying? They know how to sell that man, and that's just the bottom line. He making money without having to fight anybody, and it's making the game ugly. You know what I'm saying?
And then check this out. Like I said, I'm gonna dissect this shit that you say, because you're not gonna be able to do no. You better have a publicist when you got somebody like me around watching your interview, right? He also said this. He said that him and Gary Russell wouldn't sell out an arena in over there in the DC area in the MGM, right?
That's a damn lie. Listen, that thing will be sold out in minutes.
We know it's a lie, because check this out, and I'm gonna break him down like this, right? If you the biggest star that you supposed to be, you saying that, you know, they telling you that he's a star, he this big. Would you be able to sell out that arena by yourself in your area where you live at? You wouldn't even need Gary Russell to do that. But with Gary Russell being from the same area, that means that should have sell out double if it needed to.
It would definitely sell out.
So how are you sitting here saying like, oh, I don't want to fight Gary Russell because he couldn't sell out he wouldn't be able to sell out the MGM. That fight's not big enough in our area. You full of shit. Why is there an excuse?
That was full of shit.
Now it's a track record with this man, right? It's a track record with him, and it's a track record with his fans that protect him. It's always an excuse when a big name fighter that can really fight is brought up, right? I mean, is Leo Santa Cruz a big name? Last time I checked, Leo Santa Cruz wasn't a big name.
I'm glad you see that. You know what I'm saying? Because people need to speak up on that, because the attitude, his whole everything changed depending on who name you bring up. Sometimes he want to fight the best, and then sometimes, but majority of the time, his answer is, you know what I'm saying, he gonna let such and such handle that. You know what I'm saying? Whoever they put in front of him, which always be damn near nobody.
Exactly. Randall Bivens said, man, fuck the MGM. He said he shouldn't care if they fight at the Army Reserve Gym. That's where you gonna get paid. Like it's an excuse, because I be watching Tank, and for a long time, I'm like, you know, I was saying that, you know, you can't get on Tank. You can't get on Tank because it's TMT. It's TMT. But now I've heard Tank talk enough to know that it ain't just them, it's him. And he's always talking about, it's like when you hear Tank, it's like you hear Leonard Ellaby. He be saying the same. You might as well not even interview Tank no more, because he say the same exact shit that Leonard Ellaby say. Oh, we got a plan. Nigga, what is you talking about? Plan your ass to get in there and fight the best and stop chasing motherfuckers like Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz, and this is the thing, Leo Santa Cruz struggles against guys that are not, Leo Santa Cruz struggles against C-level competition at 126. Leo Santa Cruz don't look great in his own weight division. Now you want him to come up to a weight division and fight you, but you supposed to be, come on now, bro. Where did you find, like, this is the thing, where you come up with Leo Santa Cruz out of all of these fighters calling you out, and y'all just think, we'll fight Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
How you come up with this shit?
They say anything. They be saying anything. It's crazy.
Lamar Davis. I don't know if you Tank Davis's fam or not. If you his fam, I can see why you protecting him, why you defending him, but you can't defend this shit if you not his family. Uh, um, Cassandra Mason says, "Oh, she says, oh, y'all don't give Santa Cruz no credit. It's my opinion. He's a big name. The fight is long overdue, and I don't believe it will be easy work for Tank. I could be wrong. I'm gonna tell you something, Cassandra. I'm at these big fights. I'm at these big events. Leo Santa Cruz is not a big name. You know when you go to these live events, what names are big names? Leo Santa Cruz he's a known name. He a known name. You know, you could be a Mexican, you could be black, white. If you're not a diehard boxing fan, you don't know who Leo Santa Cruz is, right? So you could use this, oh, well, he's Mexican. That doesn't mean just because he's Mexican, every Mexican fighter has a huge Mexican fan base. Leo Santa Cruz is not that big of a name. Leo Santa Cruz is, he cool. He's not that big of a name. He's an okay name. He in the mid range, you know what I'm saying? But Leo Santa Cruz is not no huge Mexican name. Like I said, if you are Mexican, you don't really know who Leo Santa Cruz is unless you're a diehard boxing fan. Do y'all really think that this pay-per-view is gonna do big numbers off of Leo Santa Cruz? Do y'all think that the Mexican fan base that don't even really watch boxing like that is gonna go buy a pay-per-view just to say that they support Leo Santa Cruz? And I like Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz he's a cool dude. I met him on a couple occasions. He hella cool. But I just got to keep it real. When you go to these events and you see Leo Santa Cruz there, you don't see a crowd of people around Leo Santa Cruz trying to get pictures with Leo Santa Cruz. You know, Leo Santa Cruz can walk around freely. Like I said, I'm in the cut. I know. Go ahead, Larry. What you think about that? Oh, he ain't. I thought he was still online. But anyway, yeah. So I know Leo Santa Cruz is yeah. Like I said, y'all call in. Anybody want to chime in? The number's right there. And feel free to call in if you disagree or if you agree, whatever it is. If you want to get your opinion on this, Lamar Davis. I know you got a different opinion. You know. Tank Davis is clearly one of your dudes. He's one of your favorite fighters. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you want to, call in. I ain't get a chance to catch everybody comments, but call in. Randall Bivens said, but Santa Cruz is a dog. Hold on. Let me see who this is. What's good? Where you calling from? Hold on, my dude. Hold on. Okay, state your name and where you calling from again.
North New Jersey, Ali Rashid.
Already, okay. What's good with it?
Yeah, you were saying something about the Leo Santa Cruz and Gervonta Davis. That's a big fight, and that's a good fight. And of course, the Mexicans going to support their fighters, but even as boxing fans, you're going to support the fight. You're going to support Santa Cruz. You're going to support Gervonta Davis. Now, what I think about the fight, I think Tank going to blow him out. I think he's going to blow him out.
I think that Tank is going to blow him out, too. I think that Tank should blow him out.
Yeah, it's going to be easy. 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 It's going to be easy.
Now that's what I got to say. Leo Santa Cruz is not a big name Mexican superstar fighter. He's in the mid range, but like I was saying, what I was saying is that if you Mexican, right, and you not a diehard boxing fan, you don't really know who Leo Santa Cruz is like that.
Nah, you can't say that. Let me tell you why you can't say that. Look, let me tell you, you could turn to Telemundo and get a crazy Mexican fight and become a fan of a Mexican fighter
from seeing him the first time. You understand what I'm saying to you? Understand that you got superstars, you got stars, you got mega superstars. He is star.
Leo Santa Cruz. Okay, we could do the research, right? We could do the research. Okay. Leo Santa Cruz, his last fight was against Miguel Flores, right? That was on regular TV. How did that fight do? Since he's,
I mean, listen, you know, just him, his numbers by itself. That's why he was on TV. You get what I'm saying? Or he'd be an undercard. You do okay numbers to be on TV. You can't be on TV and just doing. You get what I'm saying? He ain't need another fighter like Gervonta to do crazy numbers. He ain't just gonna do crazy numbers like Pacquiao or somebody. You understand what I'm saying to you?
I'm saying that, well, I mean, we can look it up. We can look up what numbers he did his last fight, because what I'm saying is Leo Santa Cruz, he's a name, but he's not a big name for them to go rush and fight, for Tank Davis to be rushing to fight him like, oh, Leo Santa Cruz a big name. No, you fight Leo Santa Cruz because that's a name, that's a fighter that you know that you can beat easy. You don't want to fight heavy competition.
This Tank coming out party though. This is what's going to erase that Gamboa fight.
Okay.
You understand?
Check this out.
It's a coming out party for both of them too, because if he beat him, you get what I'm saying? If Santa Cruz beat Tank, you understand what I'm saying? So, and if Tank beat Santa Cruz,
man, you can't. It's not. You can't go there. You can't go there, because if you was on here right now, right, I guarantee you, if you was on here and we was talking about, let's say, Lomachenko or Gary Russell getting called out by all of these fighters, and they had an excuse, you wouldn't be say your tone wouldn't be the same. You wouldn't be protecting them like you doing Tank. You would. It would be a different story. Hold on real quick, my man. Hold on. Think you cut out for a minute. All right. Hello?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. See, this is what I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. If it was you know what I'm saying, Tank Davis fans, they don't keep the same energy when it comes to different fighters. And fans do that when it comes to a fighter that they like, they gonna move the goalposts. You can't tell me that all of these fighters that Tank Davis have been called out, right? He got an excuse for everybody that called him out. He's not saying like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, make the fight, or oh, I want to fight them. He has an excuse. That's my problem. Tank Davis clearly don't want to fight the best. He's not acting like he want to fight the best. He ain't never fought the best.
Nah, it's a time and place. It's a time for everything. Like, you got some young wolves. Like, look at Shakur Stevenson, man. Shakur Stevenson is better than all of them to me.
Me too.
Haney,
me too.
Look, but see, what happens is you got to see how Floyd trying to guide him and build him up. The same thing I've been trying to do with the kid Ryan Garcia and all that. That, you know, if they really want to fight, it can happen. It's you know, it's a business, and it's about branding them and building them a brand. So when boxing is over, you get what I'm saying? It's just different.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, you got these certain fighters that want to fight the best. You got Gary Russell Jr. that want all the smoke. You got our man Shakur Stevenson, he want all the smoke. You got Devin Haney, he want all the smoke. You got fighters like Errol Spence Jr., he fighting it and showing you that he want all the smoke. And we could go on and on. So are you gonna ride with these fighters that's telling you that they don't want to fight the best, that they just want to get the most money they can out the sport? What you gonna ride with? Because I grew up watching boxing in the 80s and 90s.
I'm rolling with the best fighters. I'm rolling with the fighters that want the smoke. I like Earl. I feel like Earl could dominate 54 just like he could dominate 47. You understand what I'm saying to you? I love Earl. I love that. My peoples used to always ask me, when you think everybody gonna fight? When they was all ducking, I said when they go. That's when everybody gonna be hungry. When them titles get taken and that go. And
exactly. Well. Okay. Since you said that you want to, you like the best fighters that want to smoke. Tank Davis is not one of them, and you can make it all the excuses. All you can do is ride off what you seeing, what he's showing you. He's showing you, and you've been seeing that he don't want to smoke.
Nah, but
Shakur, I go ahead.
I just know they going the business route.
Why? You going the business route? This is what I'm telling you.
Because it's a lot that Gervonta Davis needs to learn, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've seen that kid. I knew that kid since he was like 14 years old.
So you know Tank. So you know Tank personally. You know him personally, right?
Look, you ever heard of Elite Heat where Shakur come from the north? It was Elite Heat. This was Shakur come from the north. Okay, the owner that brung all like here, he brung all them kids out here when they was young. You feel what I'm saying? They made one team and took them around the world. You understand what? So I got this gym. My son was boxing. So this gym was literally 3 minutes away from me walking out of my house.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You ask any of them, Shakur, all of them. When I met Tank, even Shakur, yo, he's sharp. Man, he hit hard because he older than him. So they'll watch it. You understand what I'm saying? And I used to always say, no bullshit. I used to be like, yo, that little nigga right there, punch drunk.
Right.
I used to watch him do certain things, and I see what Floyd and them working on now. And he could, if he stayed disciplined with it, you'll see something totally different. I'm telling you. Okay. Now this is what I gotta say. Okay. Now Matthew Valentine's, he says, these fighters don't match their own fights. That's not what we talking about, my dude. Matthew Valentine's off in the building. Salute to you. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is what comes out of Tank Davis's mouth when he's asked about these certain fighters. He always got an excuse why he's not going to fight them. Now, what it says to me, right? He talking about 2022 or whatever with Lomachenko. Lomachenko been calling you out for the last 4 years, right? So this is the thing with me. It's the thing with me. He clearly don't want to fight Lomachenko. What they trying to do is they trying to wait till Lomachenko gets older and older, to then they gonna go in for the kill. Like, okay, he ain't really that same Lomachenko no more, and then they gonna go in for the kill. That's why he's telling you that he's not gonna fight Lomachenko to 2022. They got a plan, right? Just like Devin Haney said. Devin Haney father said some real shit. Bill Haney said, look, we don't got no plan we don't have no plan for Devin Haney. He said, our plan is to fight the fucking best, beat them all, and the money gonna come. He said, we don't got no plan because we don't need a plan, because we know that we could beat all these fighters. Tank Davis has a plan. No, I'm telling you, Tank Davis has a plan because Tank Davis, his people around him know that, or they don't think that he could beat all of the best fighters. So you need a plan.
You need a plan because if you fuck around and fight one of these fighters and lose, right? Then you can no longer say that he the best fighter in the world. He gonna be the biggest superstar. That's what it is.
Listen, boy, that was a good idea, sending him back down to 30 and let him scrape up 30. Let him clean up 30. You feel what I'm saying? Haney and them is at 35.
Gary Russell there. Hey, Gary Russell right there. Gary Russell right there. Been calling him out too. He don't want that smoke. Shakur Stevenson then said he want to fight him before.
Gary Russell made somebody mad, man. He ain't going to get them big fights like that. They ain't going to let him get no payday.
Nah, man. Let's talk about what Tank Davis said out of his mouth. Let's not talk about what the promoters and these. We talking about what the fighters are saying out of their own mouth. He said that he don't want to fight Gary Russell because Gary Russell is not big enough and they wouldn't sell out the MGM in the DMV area, which is a motherfucking lie. Everybody know that they would sell the fuck out of that arena and everybody would go to that fight in that area. That's a fight that everybody would want to see. You cannot tell me that a Leo Santa Cruz fight will be bigger than the Gary Russell Jr. fight. You just can't tell me that.
Yes, it will.
It wouldn't.
It will, because the Mexicans coming out. The Latins, look, you got to understand. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Russell ain't gonna put more seats in there. Well, it ain't. Nah, Santa Cruz a bigger name than Gary Russell. You know that. Stop talking like that.
Santa Cruz, if they fight in the DMV area where they was talking about having a big fight, that fight is bigger than the Santa Cruz fight. That's my opinion. You're not going to tell me no different. Especially now that Gary Russell, nobody talking about no Leo Santa Cruz. He got a fight coming up with Tank Davis, and ain't nobody talking about Leo Santa Cruz. Nobody was talking about Leo Santa Cruz before Tank Davis. The only time you hear about Leo Santa Cruz's name coming up is if Gary Russell talk about Leo Santa Cruz ducking him. That's the only time you hear about Leo Santa Cruz. Ain't nobody checking for him.
Look. Santa Cruz, he gonna do his part when it comes to the ticket sales. He gonna do his part. And nobody ain't gonna scream out his name because you gotta remember, a lot of people ain't gonna fight Santa Cruz. Only the young ones are all them that's coming up now, like Shakur and all of that. You know they here now. You get what I'm saying? They want to wipe all them niggas out. They want to wipe all of them. Come on. You know what's going on.
Nah, I know what's going on. I see what's going on. I've been seeing what's going on with Tank for some years now, right? I know exactly what's going on. Why? Okay. Check this out. And then I'm gonna let you get your rebuttal in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move on. But this is all I gotta say, right? I know you gonna say that he was never ducking Lomachenko, right? Tell me why, right? Floyd Mayweather, when him and Floyd had their personal issue going on, right? Floyd Mayweather was pissed off at Tank Davis. I know why they had a personal issue, but I'm not finna talk about all that because I don't get into these guys' personal lives, right? When they had their personal issue going on, Floyd Mayweather was pissed off. He was pissed off. Tank Davis got done fighting. Floyd Mayweather hopped in the ring and he said, hey, I'm gonna call Bob. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call Bob and I'm gonna go ahead and make that fight with Tank Davis and Lomachenko. And he was doing it in a way like, okay, you want to talk shit, you want to stab me in my back or whatever, you want to play with me. I got something for you. I'm gonna go ahead and call Bob and I'm gonna set that fight up between you and Lomachenko. Tank Davis, the look on his face was priceless. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about that. Like the man knew he had fucked up. Now, what I'm asking is why would Floyd Mayweather threaten, because it was a threat. That's what he did. He threatened him with that fight, threatened Tank Davis with that fight if they knew that he'll beat the shit out of Lomachenko, or if he didn't think that Tank Davis wasn't looking to fight Lomachenko no time soon.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna give you my honest answer. Floyd knows right now that Tank is not ready for Lomachenko because Tank got a stamina problem. You understand what I'm saying? And what he working on now, how to conserve that energy. He ain't gotta always look for a power punch. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit I know about that. Floyd knows he's not ready for Lomachenko right now. It's
right.
Just like what he did with Rolly. This little motherfucker tough. Man, you want title shot. I think you understand what I'm saying? Like,
he threw Rolly out there because he know Rolly wouldn't shut the fuck up. Rolly wouldn't shut the fuck up. He kept running his mouth, so he's like, all right, bet. I'm going to throw you out there.
Exactly. He look, like I told you before, there's a lot of things that Tank got to work on. You understand what I'm saying? He got gifts. He got power. He got speed. He got reflexes. He got to learn how to utilize that without giving so much. You don't got to give so much when you already got it.
So
you understand?
I understand exactly what you're saying. I agree with you 150% because you saying the same thing that I've said in the past. I've said that they know that Tank is not ready, that Tank still got things that they see, that certain flaws that they see in Tank, that they know that he's not ready for certain fights. That's all I'm saying. But see, that's one part of what I'm saying. So everybody can't come out here and say like, oh, Tank could beat everybody, because I don't think he will right now. Because if he could beat everybody, if Tank was just let's say Tank was just, Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Tank was Mayweather with knockout power, and they knew that he could just go out there and just run through everybody, right? Like they try to portray. That's what they're supposed to do because they're promoting him, right? They promote him, so they're supposed to tell you this, and that, right? But what I'm saying is, if they knew that, they wouldn't have to have no plan. They wouldn't have no plan for him because they would be like, okay, shit, if you want to smoke with Tank, if the money there, you know what I'm saying, we taking the fight. We don't need no plan because he gonna beat him anyway. That's all I'm saying.
And then you gotta understand too, and on Bob, it's like what Tank brings to the table. He ain't bringing the numbers. Lomachenko bringing the numbers.
Tank bring numbers. Tank do numbers.
And then the money ain't going to be adding up. Tank and them going to feel like they pricing themselves out too.
I mean, we ain't really got into that because Tank has never came out. It just said like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's work on making that fight. We've never got that far, so we can't really get ahead of ourselves and say all that when we ain't got that far.
All right, what about your man? What about your man Terrence Crawford scared to fight a legitimate welterweight?
Well, this is the thing. This is what I said in the beginning when I started talking about this. I said, if we're going to come on here and talk about, because I've been on here, I didn't talk about Terrence Crawford. I don't know if you've seen it or not. I didn't got on Terrence Crawford's head. I said, if we going to get on here, if we going to talk about Terrence Crawford, right? I've even got on Lomachenko's helmet for taking that motherfucking WBC franchise title and not fighting Devin Haney. I keep it the same with all of these fighters. So I said, if we're going to do that with these other fighters, we got to keep the same energy with Tank Davis because he's not a baby no more. You feel me? You can't keep excuse after excuse, because if we're gonna make all of these excuses for Tank Davis, then we got to make them for Lomachenko. We got to make them for Terrence Crawford. We got to make the same excuses for Canelo. We got to, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So we can't shit on Canelo, Lomachenko, Terrence Crawford, and Danny Garcia and all these other fighters. But then when it comes to Tank Davis, let's run to him and wrap him up in our arms and rock him back and forth and hold him and protect him. We can't do that. We got to keep the same. He a grown man. Tank Davis became champion almost 4 years ago, right? It's been almost 4 years. So, I mean, you can't throw him out there. What they did and what it made, what's bad about it is this what they did. They threw him out there on the porch with the big dogs, and then they reeled him back in and said, nah, it ain't, nah, come back in. You can't, we don't want you to come out. We don't want you to go outside and play with them yet. We thought we did, but we don't. Because you've been champion for almost 4 years, he won that title. So once you throw him out there, you can't reel him back.
Nah, let me tell you some fly shit. I'm gonna tell you some fly shit. Hank was at 35 because the partying, the liquor, the sugar, the breakdown part. You understand what I'm saying? That's what happened with Adrian Broner, the partying, coming in sluggish. That shit give you a delay. You know how you try to go to the gym and you was up drinking wine or you was drinking and you just be like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we know, but see, we know that. We know that Tank Davis.
This is about discipline with Tank. That's why he grabbed them hands on. Like, you either want it or you don't. Like, you want your career to go like this, or you want it to be just like this and going.
So check.
He's a little dude for real. Like, he little. He a small little kid.
Yeah, but see, this is my whole thing, my man. This is my whole thing on that situation, right? Right. This is my whole thing on that situation, right? I know, you know what I'm saying? I'm damn near 40 years old now. I know that when I was young, my discipline level, let's just talk about it like this, okay? When you're a young up and coming fighter, right? Your discipline level is on a whole nother level because you hungry. You know what I'm saying? You in there training. You ain't really got the money like that, right? Tank Davis' discipline fell off before he even got real money. Caller 773. Hold on real quick. 773. Caller 773. Call right back in. I'm gonna wrap this up and then call right back in as soon as I wrap this call up. Now, what I'm saying is that when you looked at Errol Spence, right? You looked at Adrian Broner. You looked at, these fighters. When they was up and coming, they discipline was on a whole nother level because they was hungry. You know what I'm saying? They didn't start slacking off until they start getting a little older. Now we know that Adrian Broner came in the game real young and he started slacking off, still at a young age, but at Tank Davis's age, he's still
wild. He was always wild.
Yeah, but
influences. What you gotta remember is everybody has different influences. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Right.
You gotta understand. So now, like the kid Tank, like his influence is the same as Adrian Broner. They really boxing kept them off the streets, but
right.
They still had these street niggas. You understand what I'm saying to you? So now when you get a little money, if the discipline not there and who you looking to and the leadership not there, sometimes somebody got to put you on track. That's what I'm saying. We just got to see where he go from here. That's why he went back to 30, because that was just partying week. That was not focus week.
But see, this, I understand that. We all know that. But see, this is what I'm saying. I do not see him being unfocused this early in his career, right? He ain't even really got the big money yet. He got a bag, but he ain't got money like that yet, right? So he ain't even got to the big money, and he already unfocused. What you think he gonna do when he starts seeing 10 mil, 15 mil?
It's a curse because that's why Mickey Day and Jalen Love couldn't prosper, because those Floyd so he going to give them everything they want, long as they making the effort.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Don't and we all know that Tank Davis got talent, just like AB had all the talent in the world. They got all the talent in the world. It's only a few fighters. It's not a lot of fighters that have that next level discipline like Mayweather, Andre Ward, Roy Jones, and cats like that had, right? So you can't sit here and tell me this man gonna be this and that, this and that, and he already having discipline problems.
Let me tell you something. Because what's happening with a lot of them and what I see, you know, they start taking care of a lot of the older people and the mentors that's supposed to mentor them. So they be scared to put them in their place to tell them that's wrong, or like you can't do that. Like you could blow it right now. Like we'd be going right back to where we started.
Right. You're right. Because they the ones that got the money. They the ones that's helping them out.
Exactly. So it's like, even when they doing dumb shit, it's funny. You know the shit. You know the shit. It's like that. You know, if we don't, where we come from, we could be, everybody be ignorant sometimes, though. When you feeling yourself. It's just how much you do it.
Something that really, you know what I'm saying? We all rooting for Tank to you know, get to the top. But I'm saying he fuck off too much. And something that really stood out to me what he said in that interview is he said, well, you know, I just gotta you know, balance the partying and training, you know, like, cause I don't really like to train like that when I don't got no fight coming up. He said something like he gotta learn how to balance the partying and all that shit with the training.
Wherever they come from, though. Look wherever they come from with all the party people. And think about that, though. You get that's the era Broom to come from too. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, it's been like that. Tyson. I mean, it ain't nothing changed. I'm just saying that you either the discipline, you born with it or you not.
Coming up in the amateurs, even when they was in like high school and you know them team parties, they putting them on the flyers. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Right.
Sometimes some people got to get a little older to grow up, to understand, like, I got kids, it ain't about me. So we all got to come out of that selfishness when we realize, I got to take care of this. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Tank is what? He about to be 26. He still got a long way to go.
You know how the first time you become a parent, but then when it kick in, you be like, oh shit, I'm really a father. I'm really a parent now.
Yeah, but you
already turned one.
Right. But see, the thing is Tank Davis is still young. I know how I thought when I was 26, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't tell me to stop fucking off and partying and shit. Like, Tank Davis is still young, so he still is and he's in the wrong sport to have that mentality. You born with discipline like that.
You know how you said that?
Yeah.
This is what I said to my son. I said, look, yo. I said, you got a girl, you fucking. I said, okay. But, damn, you don't got to abuse it. Stop taking advantage of it. You competing. This shit is going to fuck with your performance while you competing, bro. You understand what I'm saying? He said, Dad, I got this. 6-7 months later, his mother said, call your son. I called him. I said, what's up, yo? He like nothing. I said, what's wrong? Talk to me. He just blacked out like, yo, man, I'm tired of losing. I lost 3 straight, et cetera. And then, no, because my asthma. I said, your asthma ain't mess with you since you started boxing. Since you started getting the kiwi and the coconut water and running exercise in the lungs, it was over. You ain't have the asthma attack since. You ain't got no testosterone. You ain't got no energy because you drink. You drink.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it real because everybody was saying the same thing about AB, and I was the one riding with AB to the fucking last damn wheel fell off. Like nah, he gonna get it together. And AB will always come on and tell like, oh, I learned. I didn't grew up now. He go do the same shit. And to me, I see Tank Davis doing the same shit. He got to fix it. He got to come fast.
I got some fly shit for you. I'm going to tell you. You want me to tell you why Deontay Wilder lost that fight? Because he was fucking and eating all that soul food.
I mean, I don't know about all that. I mean, but that's your opinion.
Listen to me. You got to understand this. When you working out, you building up the appetite and the sex drive. Listen to me. That pretty ass girl, she with him everywhere he goes. Stop playing with me, man.
Hey, that's a whole different issue, but hey, everybody got their own opinions. But man, I appreciate you calling in, my dude. All right.
Anytime we can chop it up, man. I love this shit, yeah.
Already, man. I appreciate you for calling in. I'm on here damn near every day. So come fuck with me. All right.
What?
I bet. All right. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I've been seeing your comments. I just ain't been able to get into them. But all I'm saying is at the end of the day, when it comes to the discipline that Tank Davis has shown that he don't have over this long period of time, we've been watching him. I just don't think it's just gonna come like that. Hold on, let me see who's calling in. What's good with it, caller? Where you calling from? What's your name?
Lamar Davis calling from Pittsburgh, PA 412. What's good, family?
What's good with you, man?
Chilling, man. Loving what you're doing. Let's get into it.
I appreciate it. So what's your take on it?
So my take on Tank is, number one, Tank is obviously behind a year. Tank had a year, I want to say 2016, where he wasn't really active. And he had a lot of stuff going on personally, I want to say at home in Baltimore, and he didn't really pursue it strongly as he has. I think that played a part in his development and how far back he is from having those actual good fights. Now, I said to you earlier, they said, Tank mentioned, I want to say maybe Fight Hype, where he was saying that his plan was to fight Leo in May, a good solid build-up fight to fight Ryan in December. So the plan is to go knock these guys out and get back on track. Now, COVID knocked that off a bit, so I imagine he still was on plan to fight Ryan, possibly maybe in next year, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Early next year or something like that, though. But we got to give Tank and his team time to get it together since they're supposed to be on track right now. So I'm affording that because you got a good team behind them, and I believe in Leonard, Mayweather, and Al. Because their track record, it is what it is. Okay? But now, these other guys, they talking a lot, but they ain't sending no contracts over. It's just clout to call another guy's name out, knowing you ain't going to sign up because, like Shakur, who was talking that stuff, they gave him the contract to go overseas and unify. He said the money ain't right. So all these guys we have in big money fights, but they want the big money right now and don't want to build into the money. They think every fight should be the major payday now. Okay? Then Shakur turned that fight down. They didn't negotiate. They said no deal. You know what I'm saying? They said no deal. So what am I supposed to do with that?
Well, the fight was gonna happen. From Bob Arum's mouth, Shakur didn't turn the fight down. What happened is they were having problems negotiating, right? And then the COVID-19 shit happened. So they planned on having that fight over there in the UK because they wanted Shakur to go to the UK and have that fight. When the COVID-19 shit happened, all that shit was off the table. Because he couldn't go over there and travel and make that fight. That's what happened with that fight. So it wasn't that Shakur.
Who's taking that fight now, though?
Huh?
Now who's getting that fight now overseas?
But it's not because Shakur turned the fight down. That's not what happened.
He said the money wasn't
weren't right.
In the beginning, the negotiations, when they first started negotiating in the beginning, he was saying that if they want him to go over there and fight and this and that, they gotta pay, you know what I'm saying? They gotta pay him more than pennies if they want him to go over there and fight, right? They had worked all of that out. And then the COVID-19 shit happened, and then, you know, they had it shut down to where you couldn't travel over there to the UK. You know, you couldn't travel over there to the UK. So that kind of threw off everything. So he ended up going a different route, and Josh Warrington ended up going a different route. So it wasn't on Shakur Stevenson. That was the initial negotiations in the beginning. But
a lot of times, go ahead, brother.
But you know, as far as my whole thing with Tank, I hear what y'all saying about like, oh well, ain't no contracts being signed, or they got a plan for him and this and that. My whole thing, right, is my take. My whole thing is what Tank Davis is saying out of his own mouth. You only can go by what a man tells you himself. If I look you in your eye and I'm talking to you, and me and you having a conversation, and you say, you know, like, hey, you know, we gonna do this and that. I don't want to hear nobody behind me talking about, oh, well, with the people that was with him. No, we had a direct conversation, or I talked about you directly, or you talked about me directly. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what came out of Tank Davis's mouth now, recently, and in the past. We can't, when Tank Davis talked about these other fighters that's been calling him out, he didn't say, oh, well, my team, you know, said, he said, he was talking about how he felt about them, right? How he felt about them.
But that's his opinion on how he feels about it. That don't mean him and the team are going to go that direction.
No.
He's just giving you his opinion, how he personally feels about that situation.
As a fighter, you know, and I know, we all diehard boxing fans. We all watch what's going on. When the fighter is asked about another fighter, if they want to fight him, right? If they want to smoke, they let you know we can make that fight happen. Tell them to send the contract.
A lot of fighters say that. I'll cut you off, brother. A lot of fighters say that. But yeah, I won't fight so-and-so. That they all say that. That's the natural thing to say. If you say you don't want to fight him, then the public media get on you, say, oh, well, you ducking this guy. The problem I think sometimes with these boxers and these questions is some of these media people fight hype. Okay, they instigate and stuff and not get into the real boxing journalism. Okay. How do you feel about this guy's skill? Do you feel he's good? A lot of these guys know each other, spar with each other, and see each other. But me just saying, yeah, I want to fight that guy. Yeah, I want to fight you, but I need you to pull your weight. Tank has viewership numbers. That's why they're pushing the pay-per-view as the next star, because Tank does the one thing they don't do. They pay for the knockout. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Tank brings. That's that people want to see it. Like Tyson, they come to see 30 seconds. They don't care how old it was. They're going to pay to see it. These other guys want to ride on Tank's coattail without the numbers. So when it's time to negotiate, they want a bigger percentage, thinking they're bringing a bigger fan base that they don't bring to their own fights.
But you can't.
Go ahead.
You can't ride on that cloud, and they just want cloud on me and this and that. You are in the same weight division. He's supposed to want to fight you. That's what it is. All the rest of them. Okay, check this out. When Devin Haney call out Teofimo Lopez, is it clout?
No, I think that's him saying, I want to fight you.
Okay, when Devin Haney call out Luke Campbell and Lomachenko and the rest of these fighters, is it clout?
Here's where we find a difference at.
No, so you can't say it's clout just because they want to fight Tank. They in the same weight division, my dude. They in the same weight division. You supposed to want to fight him because they saying that he's the best and he's in your weight division.
Correct. Now, when you call a guy out in your division, there's several guys in that 135 division. If I could fight all five of them, I don't mean I gotta fight you next. You might be fourth. I might be waiting for you to get your numbers up and make it a mega fight. We all in this to pay bills and get paid. I'm not going to carry you in my fight. Prime example is the reason why Mayweather-McGregor was so good, because Conor brought his own fan base. I don't have to do all the promoting myself. Mayweather Promotions is going to do a ton of work. But what are you going to do?
I feel you, but Tank is not Mayweather. Tank is not on that level yet. Let him crawl. Let him crawl before he start running. He like this is the thing.
He won't be Mayweather. He won't be Mayweather.
See, this is the problem with boxing now. You want me to tell you what the problem with boxing now is?
Break it down.
The problem with boxing now is us as fans, because we sitting on here and we debating back and forth, right, about a situation where we shouldn't even have to debate about. The problem is that we as fans, we've come to accept shit like this. Before, we wouldn't have never accepted this. Now that we got a big voice, we accept shit like this. So now fans, they got certain fighters that they like and they got fighters that they don't like. They accept it with certain fighters that they like, and then if it's a fighter that they don't like, it's a whole different story. We as fans accept this. Now, if we as fans came together and was like, look, fuck that. We're not going to support these fighters unless they fighting the best, or at least trying to fight the best. Other than that, we ain't supporting them. I bet you that a lot of these guys that you talking about at the top, or you think I bet you it'll be a whole different ball game. I'm telling you, that's the big problem as us as fans. We accepting this shit and we defending this stuff.
I want to see how you go about it. So here's a quick example if this makes any sense. I respect the way Teofimo Lopez went the route to get Lomachenko. Devin went to let me skip the line, go this BS mandatory route and get in here. Teo took out a top champ in that class and got him out the way to get the belt. So I proved myself by beating somebody with a name and a belt to get that fight. Devin trying to fight this guy, oh, I want the mandatory. No, first of all, the thing about the mandatory is Teo is both on top rank with Lomo, so it's an in-house deal, easier to make. Plus, Teo brings a belt to it. Devin at the time was just bringing a mandatory title shot. I'm not wasting time splitting money in here with Eddie Hearn and that nonsense over there when I got Teo right here, and he just cracked somebody, and Teo is doing numbers because New York loves Teo. That's why they want the Lomachenko fight pre-COVID in New York, because Teo's fan base comes and supports. We want big money fights. At the same time, we got to sell tickets. If we ain't selling tickets, nobody get paid. Devin don't got that fan base outside of hardcore boxing fans. He don't.
Well, Devin took that route where he took, right? Devin took the route that he took because nobody wanted to fight Devin. Nobody was, Devin was trying to fight. Devin was trying to fight. He was trying to fight Luke Campbell. He was calling out Lomachenko. He was trying to take certain routes, but didn't nobody want to fight Devin.
So to your point, what you just said, I'll give you that to your point. Right, here's the flip side of that coin. What is your promoter doing to get you these fights? If he ain't doing it, Terrence Crawford style, they ain't got your best interest in it.
Well, I mean, Eddie Hearn
fight certain fighters those fights.
Eddie Hearn was vocal about paying these guys to fight Devin Haney, and they didn't want to fight him. He was vocal about that.
Make oil sales, man.
Well, we know that.
Eddie Hearn, this issue with Eddie Hearn, I'll give you another example. The reason why Tevin Farmer didn't fight Tank because they don't like the offer that they got from Mayweather. Because Eddie Hearn pays them ridiculous money that they shouldn't get for fighting nobody. So when I give you a decent offer, you just say no, it's not enough money because I'm getting more over here, fighting nobody over here with Eddie. Eddie's throwing around too much money these guys ain't earned yet. That's the problem with boxing. Devin has not earned that money. I'm not trying to count his pockets. He's a young black man. Get your paper. But fight-wise, opponent-wise, you have not put yourself in that position. So if you can't get Lomachenko or these other guys, go up and fight somebody and make a name for yourself, or come down and fight Russell, who's right there, ain't doing nothing. But you never mention Russell's name.
Okay, let's talk about Gary. Well, he don't mention Russell's name, but he just said recently. He said recently for everybody watching, we know that Gary Russell, that's my guy. I fuck with Gary Russell. We know that Gary Russell said that he would take that $1.5 million that they offered Kell Brook if Kell Brook don't take that. Right now, Devin Haney, Bill Haney, he's come out and he said that hey, if if he willing to take that to fight Devin, we'll take that fight.
They should be pushing for the Russell fight. That fight right there will put Devin Haney in a good stratosphere. Say, look, y'all gotta fight this guy. Enough's enough. He got a good name because, like I said, Leo not Leo, but Tio fighting Loma. Ryan got Campbell. Tank got this in the Cruz. Like, these guys got good fight setup. Devin's still on the outside setting in, so you got to make an adjustment and get you a fight. Because otherwise, eventually, the fans ain't going to make excuses for you no more.
But see,
everybody looking suspect like, what's going on?
But see, that's what I'm saying. We can't say that because they making excuses for Tank. Because see, this is the thing with me. Whether you're not getting these big fights or they're talking about it. They trying to get these big fights. Tank ain't even talking about fighting these guys. He's making the excuse why he shouldn't fight them. That's not that to me. Whatever y'all think, to me, that's just not the type of shit the type of fighter that I want to roll with. I don't care how much talent he got.
Understandable.
That ain't my shit.
At the same time, I don't want to see guys just talking about who they want to fight. I want to see the contract sent over so I know it's for real. You gotta let
them know before they send the contract. You got to let them know before they send a contract, and you got to put it out there, with the fans, right, to see how the fans react.
The fans are finicky. We go like the wind blows. We'll go here to here to here to here. We go up and down. Somebody lose, oh, he's done. Somebody win, we go fight him now. Listen, I'm not going to make your legacy. I'm doing my legacy and on my timing.
But I got
to go. I got the keys.
We can't do, like I said, if this was the same conversation that we were having about Lomachenko, right, or another fighter, right, we wouldn't be having this same conversation because you would be saying that everybody on here that's defended Tank, or that they would have this, they wouldn't have the same energy. They would say that he was ducking and he making excuses and this and that. All I'm saying is look at it straight down the middle, right? And we got to keep the same energy for all of these fighters. Devin, correct. We got to keep the same energy.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you feel, so now, the Loma issue, when Loma didn't take the mandatory, business-wise, I understood that. But now, had Loma not taken the Devin Haney fight to fight someone lesser, I have an issue. But he's fighting a high-caliber guy who just proved himself against Comey in a high fashion. I can't get mad at that. You duck somebody to fight a bum. You fight another top guy who got more to offer. That's right. Business.
Right.
And I get that.
Right.
Now,
right.
After this fight, what Loma does, we can see what happens with that mandatory / franchise, whatever's going on with that confusion. You know what I'm saying? Now, also with Tank, after this Leo fight, we should expect something bigger. And if it don't come bigger after this fight, I think everything you said, we should put a stamp on it and mail it out to Leonard Ellaby and Mayweather Promotion.
Yeah, and see, you said,
go ahead.
You said a lot of what I said, okay, about the Lomachenko situation, even though I'm a big Lomachenko fan, but I kept the same energy when I felt that, when everybody was saying that he ducked Devin Haney, and before he took the Teofimo Lopez fight, I said, yeah, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? How you going to do that? You supposed to fight Devin Haney. I felt what everybody was saying, but when he took the Teofimo Lopez fight, when I said, well, he's still fighting, he's still fighting a fighter that's on that same level, maybe better, maybe a little, we don't know. But I said that you can't say that he's ducking Devin Haney until we see what he does after the Teofimo Lopez fight. If he beat Teofimo and then he still refused to fight Devin Haney, then we could go with, okay, he ducking Devin Haney, right? But
let me ask you this. Let's say he fights him, but then he beats Tio, and then he takes on Tank, but not Devin. Would you still be upset, or would you accept that?
You talking about Lomachenko? Hold on, man. I'm gonna fix this camera. You talking about if Lomachenko fights Tank Davis?
Yeah, so let's say hypothetical. If Loma beats Tio, okay, and his next fight is, let's say, Tank, would you accept that?
Of course. But if Lomachenko will fight Tank Davis next, that's a huge fight. Anybody would accept that, but we know that fight's not going to happen because Loma has been calling for that fight, and Tank Davis don't want that fight. He told you he don't want that fight right now.
Now be prepared for this excuse now that this is possible. This is also possible it's mentioned that I want to say Blue Blood mentioned this. I want to say, shout out to him. Everybody subscribe.
Yeah, shout out to my brother Blue Blood.
Shout out to him. Even though he blocked me in the comments one time, but it's all good. I support my brother. I'm still following my brother. You know what I'm saying? If he if Loma beats Tio and he goes back down to 130, then what do we say about Loma?
If Loma beats Teofimo and go back down to 130, it depends who he fights.
Going back down to 130.
It depends who he because see, Loma has made it clear for a long time that he is a natural 130-pound fighter. Like, he shouldn't be fighting at 135. He actually shouldn't. He only moved up to 135 to be great. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's where the competition was. So if he goes back down to 130, for one, he been telling us that's probably what he gonna do for the longest time, right? For two, if it depends who he fights. Now, if he go back down to 130 and fight a fucking Leo Santa Cruz after Leo Santa Cruz then got whooped by Tank Davis, well, then you can say something. But if he go back down to 130 and give Gary Russell that run back or fight a Miguel Burchell, then okay, he's still fighting the best. So you just got to look at what these guys are doing. You can't jump to the conclusion until we see what they doing. Like I said, the whole time with Tank, I was always like, yeah, Tank ain't fighting nobody, but it's TMT. It's their fault. They need to stop doing that to him, and he wants to fight the best. I was saying that, but then I'm sitting back and I'm looking at Tank. I'm looking at his interviews, and it's like now. I don't see that. I don't see that he wants to fight the best. I see that he wants to take the easiest road he can and make the most money. Tank Davis, have you watched him train? And this is just
I watched the training videos.
I'm gonna switch it up.
I watched the training videos. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch it up. Let me talk about Tank Davis training, right? Because okay. I want to look at, so I go and I watch this whole training video and I've trained fighters and all of that, I want to see what he's doing. I'm looking and I'm like, okay, let me see what he's doing. I want to see what he's doing. And I'm looking and I'm seeing, they got a group, right? They got a group. They all pretty much doing the same workouts, right? Tank Davis got a sauna suit on. The guy, the fighter he working out with, he has a sauna suit on too, right? So I'm like, okay, let's see what they're doing. And I'm looking and I'm seeing, these other dudes, they working steady. And I'm seeing Tank Davis stopping in between the workouts, taking long breaths in Coach, what's his name? Coach Calvin Ford. Coach Calvin Ford, he's, come on, Tank, come on, pick it up, Tank, come on. Let's go, Tank, come on, Tank, you got to finish through it. And Tank he'll work out a little bit. And while everybody else still doing their sets or whatever, Tank is resting. He's working, resting. He looking around, looking at everybody else, and then he'll start. And I used to see that shit in the gym all the time. And I would get on these kids and certain fighters like, why you looking around and everybody else is doing, and that shit right there is if I'm Tank Davis's promoter, trainer, that scares me right there. You see what I'm saying? Because
it scares. I've been watching it as well. I'm sorry, brother. I've been watching it as well, and like Devin said, he's in what I think fat camp. Because you haven't kept yourself in shape these months, you're now spending key time trying to lose weight before you can even get in fighting shape to get your stamina up. That's why I think Tank might be in a 50-50 fight, because you got to lose a lot of weight before you can even get to the point you should be fighting to keep your stamina up to go that 12 possible rounds with a guy that's high volume like Leo. But also to add context to it, I don't know when that video cuts in how long he had been working out previously before he took those breaks and he was getting yelled at. Like, was he already in for 4 or 5 hours and we're just now seeing this point and he's getting yelled at because he's being slow? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know where Tank's going to go for this, because his weight gain, that up and down, it's taxing and taking a toll on him as he gets older. It's harder he's trying to lose that weight.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because his fight is in October, right?
Yeah, his fight is in October.
Right. So he's trying to get down to that weight just to have that fight camp. This Tank's in a dangerous position right now.
Travis,
dangerous.
Let me address this comment real quick. Travis says that he just started camp, bro. He didn't just start camp. You heard the man tell you that he's doing a 12-week camp. Am I lying? He said a 12-week camp. He's been in camp. He did not just start camp.
Matter of fact, I forget the young lady's name. Mexican fighter Marcia. I want to say something. She was on Fight Hype a few days ago. She said, "I seen Tank. He looked like he was 170."
That's ridiculous.
This was about a week ago. She said this. I forget Marcia, something, Mexican fighter lady, beautiful. But she said she's seen him in camp and at the gym, and he looked like he was about 170. If you look at some of these Fight Hype videos, you can see where the shirt's laying on Tank's stomach. He got a ways to go.
Yeah, and he's saying, and he's saying basically, he's putting everything into making weight. Like that's what he's focusing on. Now, this is what I'm saying, right? This is what I'm saying, right? When you see great fighters, we Roy Jones, Andre Ward,
right.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. We could go on and on, right? When they were in their younger years, the same age as Tank and younger and this, right? We never heard of them having problems making weight. We didn't hear about them in fat camps. We heard about them staying shape all year round. We heard about them working on getting better. How can you work on getting better if you, and just listen to what I'm saying. How can you work on actually becoming the best and getting better than everybody else if you only train, right? You fighting one time a year, right? You fight one time a year. So you only train, you don't look. He's told us before. I watched the interview where he said he don't go to no gym, he don't work out, he don't run, he don't do no push-up, not a sit-up, not nothing. He only go to the gym. He only goes to the gym 8 weeks before his fight when his training camp start, right? Now it's 12. He said he's giving himself 12. He's not a person that stay in shape. So when he goes to the gym, you walking in there 185 pounds, right? You fighting at 130. You using the whole time cutting weight. All these months you got to use all of that just to get in shape to cut weight. You sparring, right? You sparring, but that's part of what you doing to, cut weight and also, sharpen up in the ring. Where do you have the time to, learn new things, polish your skills? That's what happened to AB. AB was at one level, and then we never see him get any better because he was doing the same shit that y'all see Tank doing. Now you want to keep making excuses for him when he get out there and fight a top level opponent and he lose when everybody think he gonna win. What are you gonna say then? Oh, well, it's because he wasn't in shape.
No, my thing is, listen, I believe in him because the talent is that raw and it's there. Not too many people got that raw kind of power like that. Now, Tank has been probably relying on that to get him through, but as he gets older and these younger guys come up, that eventually will catch up with him. I hope that's not the case because he has such a great team around him to make sure he succeeds, but ultimately it's on him if he does not succeed. But if he does not succeed, we'll look at him and say, you know what? He had it. He didn't want it for whatever reason. It was there, but he just didn't grasp it. Now, that happens because look at Gary Russell. I watch this guy. He stay in that gym. Him and his brother stay in that gym fighting. Because, training, getting prepared, staying in shape. So when the phone call comes, we ready. Tank, I believe, has bought into his own hype. I love the brother. I believe he's bought into his own hype too soon. He know he the man. That Atlanta stuff. I'm in Atlanta and all this stuff. Think about the club before the fight. The after party and all that. No, brother. You have to, they forget how Mayweather maintained that success. They study I got the Lambo, I got everything like that, but how did I maintain that? That's something that you said earlier, everybody don't have. But as we get deeper into Tank's career, it's alarming that maybe he doesn't have that, because everything's been almost given to him because of that power, and we're going to make sure you succeed those. But I don't know. I hope he does it, because I think he has it, but the mental to hold that every day, to say maybe don't go past 145 when you're not fighting, don't go past 150, I don't know if he'll have that. I believe for the next coming up fights, if he beats Leo, hopefully beats Ryan, I believe that success will help keep him motivated because these are now big money fights and bigger checks. But then again, sometimes success scares people and they self-sabotage.
Right. I'm gonna just give you my honest assessment. Like, do y'all really think that he's just gonna wake up and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop doing everything I was doing and I'm gonna have the discipline of a fucking Andre Ward? Do y'all really think that's gonna happen?
I think it's going. Here's what I think. That's what I'm wondering. Because he's got that court case hanging over his head. Whatever's going on with that situation with his baby's mom. Tank's almost at a point where there's a fork in the road, or you know what I'm saying. You gotta go left, you gotta go right, whatever the case may be. Either you gonna do it or not. Because if he misses a misstep in this fight, it's gonna be exposed. It's gonna be over. They're gonna jump all over it. Sharks is in the water. Tank is at a point now where he has to make that decision. Sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom before you decide what you're gonna do. I hope he doesn't get to that AB rock bottom, but it seems like he's heading there. But same time is he's an adult, grown man, making decisions. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he switches his company up and takes it focus more. I think that's why somewhat Floyd was working with Devin to help motivate him. You know, Floyd playing those mind games with him. You know, get in here. But if Leonard don't work with him, I'm holding out hope that he's going to make that adjustment. And I don't want to cash in yet on it, like say it's over.
And see, and then this another thing, right? He talked about how Floyd Mayweather has been very hands-on with him this camp, working with him a lot, showing him, you know, new things. Floyd Mayweather's right there up under him, right? Do y'all really think that when if everything go back to normal, and you think that Floyd Mayweather gonna be there? But Floyd Mayweather wasn't there before. Floyd Mayweather is only there now because of the pandemic, and Floyd Mayweather can't go do. So I mean, you know, it's not the same right now. When shit popping, Floyd Mayweather gonna be in the crowd with the shit popping. He not gonna be there training these fighters. You better guarantee. I guarantee you that.
I think Floyd's down there. You're right. You know what? I can't argue with that assessment or debunk it or nothing like that. But I just want to say that part of the reason I believe Floyd is there is because what happened with Roger, and he mentioned training people and being more active with fighters. He mentioned that, and he's been showing that as of late. So he might have a change of heart as he's maturing and getting older. What he wants to do, and people probably told Floyd, you got to be more hands-on with these fighters, brother. You can't just be the guy in the seat leaving your fighters behind. You know, you got to be more present for you, show them that you care, because all you see all day is Leonard. They don't see you. They want to see you more than that to know that, okay, I'm not just signed here. He really cares about, because a lot of these other promoters, they ain't going to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So Floyd has an advantage that he can use to help keep these guys motivated like that. I think that's why Floyd's doing, because, Tank, we got big money on the line. It's coming. Let me get down before you mess this up. So now that I'm down here with you, there ain't no excuse. But I think Floyd going to carry his hand probably past this fight and say, go. It's time for you to walk and be that man. I can't carry you. I can help you, but I can't carry you. So I think I believe at that crossroads now, we have to make that decision. I'm not going to, like I said, throw the chips in on him yet, because I still believe in his talent, and I believe in him as a young man. I'm rooting for him as a young man to get it together before he ruins it and be looking like AB on Vlad TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. It's just, to me, I look at that whole Floyd situation, and we know how Floyd get down. We know how Floyd got a million things on the table. We know how Floyd loves to be. Floyd might be in fucking 10 different places in the same week, right? And I just see, like, okay, it's very convenient now that we got a pandemic and shit didn't change up, that you all of a sudden want to go in there and you want to, be hands-on with all these fighters, because he wasn't doing it before. He would do it periodically, sometimes every now and then, but he wasn't in there like that before. He wasn't,
Floyd ain't babysitting nobody.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I don't see it, and then Floyd and Tank Davis are two totally different type of people. Tank Davis even said it. Floyd he has all of the discipline in the world. He see the bag. He don't let nothing get in front of that. Tank Davis is the total opposite. Do you think that they've already had issues? They've been having issues. Every time they try to be around each other for a certain amount of time, it's always an issue. They always end up falling out because they're so different. Now, Floyd don't have the patience to babysit Tank Davis and to put up with Tank Davis. Y'all mark my word, they're gonna fall out again because they butt heads. And Tank Davis is a hard head ass, he like a hard head ass kid. He not gonna fucking do right. That y'all think he is, but he's not gonna do right.
Sometimes that's part of business. If that y'all gonna bump them heads. And sometimes that's cool. It could bring out some creative ideas and everything in there. I believe Al and Leonard are the mediators between that nonsense, honestly. But like I said, I believe Tank is going to take this next route because it's here in front of you. Like, there's no excuses at this point right now. There's no excuse. He's 25, 26. He's not going to get no younger with this, and the time is now. And right. I think everyone's calling him out because they know he got them numbers, and I got to get a piece of that if I can take this guy down. So I don't know how Tank's managing that day to day. I've seen videos of him out hanging out, doing his thing. I know he's a young man, living life. I don't want to tell you stay in the house, though, but that borderline of going, turn it on, turn it off, I still don't think that's there, as you said, but I do believe that this is the fight to put that in check because the Gamboa fight, there's a lot of questions that he got to answer.
Right.
And I think this is going to be it to say, okay, yeah, you got to pay-per-view, but next time it better be Loma or somebody. We ain't doing it. But in regards to what you said earlier about Loma, I truly believe that Floyd knew he wasn't ready. That's why he making that fight.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's all I was saying, though. That was my whole point is that they know that they know he wasn't ready, and that's why he kind of threatened him with the fight. That's all I was saying. But you will have people say, "Oh, he'll beat the shit out of Lomo's not even competition. He'll run through Lomo." You have this people saying that shit, and I'm like, if they thought that, don't you think that they would have put him in the ring with Lomo? Don't you think he would have been for him? They know he's not ready.
I think they know he can beat him physically, but I don't think they think he can beat him mentally.
Right.
That's a whole other battle in that ring. That mental battle is something totally different. I don't think Tank had the mental capacity to stand there with a Lomachenko.
A fight.
His power, his skill set is good enough to beat him.
But you got 12 rounds in the fight, right? If you can make it all 12 rounds.
Correct.
Your talent and your power and all of that shit, when you move up to that top level, when you fight top level guys, it don't show the same that it does when you fight lower level competition. We all know that it does not show the same. So the things that you able to do in the ring against Gamboa that has a one leg, or against a fucking, you know what I'm saying, whatever other Rudy Pooch was fighting, Liam over there in the UK and all them guys, you can do certain things against them because they're not on that level. But when you get in the ring with another elite level fighter that also can do a million different things just like you can, and some of them he can do better than you, you're not going to be able to do all of those things in the ring because they're not going to be standing there like no punching bag just letting you get off on them. They're going to be doing shit you got to worry about too. And that's the difference. When you get on that level, when you move up to that A level, when you fight B+ and A level competition.
I believe Tank, one for Loma, I think Tank's power, if he's able to catch Loma, I think he can really hurt Loma. Because the thing I saw with the Gamboa fight, even though Tank's stamina showed how sloppy he was, he showed that he can maintain that punching power through 12 rounds being that sloppy. Because he dropped him 3 times in the middle of the fight.
But did he?
So
but
early,
see,
middle, last.
You don't have, but you're not in the ring with a motherfucker that's giving you all type of foot movement that's making your damn head dizzy. Why he throwing punches at you? Why he's being crafty? Why you trying to hit him? And it's different levels to the game. That's what I'm saying. That people got to stop crowning these fighters. Tank Davis, one of them, before they get in the ring against somebody that they showed you that is another elite. Everybody wants to talk about, and then I hear people all the time. They want to say, well, he fought Pedraza. He fought Pedraza. Who was Pedraza? Like Pedraza, Pedraza, he went the distance with Lomachenko. Okay, was Lomachenko not coming off for shoulder surgery? It came back after 5 months when he was supposed to still be laid up at home rehabbing. That's the facts to it. And then Pedraza, like, when does anybody else talk about Pedraza like he's just that guy? You don't hear nothing about no Pedraza.
The only time I heard Pedraza get any type of credit is when he fought Lomachenko. Because they like Lomachenko, they hype up his opponents to hype him up as that type of great fighter. But the black fighters don't necessarily get all that credit sometimes. That's another story for another day. I believe that Ryan Garcia is too skinny as far as his legs. He's too small. Okay, I believe he will get hit. That's why Oscar and them have been pushing him to fight somebody because they want to see it. Okay, I believe that Tito is too small for Tank. I think Tank's too strong for him. Even though they sparred a little bit before, though, I believe Tank's too strong for him. Devin, I see it, but I'm questioning what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I think Devin has a chance and everything, though. But like you said earlier, I think the next best thing is Shakur. Is next best thing, but I don't believe he's gonna get the start he should get because he's with Top Rank.
And Shakur, I'm gonna tell you like this: Shakur will make Tank Davis look stupid in that ring. If Tank Davis can't get Shakur out of there, and Shakur is hard to hit, right? Shakur probably has one of the best defensive percentages in all boxing as far as not get hit, right? Tank Davis. Right. Shakur will box a circle around Tank Davis. I'm telling you.
Because I think he's got one of the best lefts I've seen in a long time. The way he uses that left hand, my goodness, and the way he creates that distance to put that left and step back before you can even get a good counter in. Shakur is going to be very, very dangerous next Friday. I mean, dangerous fighter. I think he's it. I just don't know. Like I said, I don't believe he's going to get to that next level with Top Rank. I don't believe they're just going to put the bank behind him.
Devin Haney is another one. Devin Haney will make him look crazy. Hold on. Oh, my bad. You still there? Hold on real quick, my man. And I had another call coming in. Hold on real quick. All right, can you hear me? You still there? Okay. Now, what I was saying is Devin Haney is another one that has defense. He long. He got footwork, great boxing skills. I think because we still got to see Devin Haney in there with a top level guy himself. But I would pick if you just matched him up right now with me not seeing Tank Davis in there with a top level guy, because you can say whatever you want about Pedraza. Ain't nobody, just like my man Blue Blood said, ain't nobody finna pick Devin Haney to lose to no Pedraza. Nobody would go right now and put their money on Pedraza beat Devin Haney.
Correct. So
if you put Tank Davis and Devin Haney in the ring right now, I'm going and putting whatever on Devin Haney. With what I saw in that, people like to make a whole bunch of excuses, a million excuses on why Tank Davis, what happened in the Gamboa fight, right? They made a million excuses. Tank Davis this, and it was because of this. It was because of Gamboa was holding and trying to survive, and this, whatever it is. That's not a top level competition to me. At that 38, 39-year-old man, right, at that point in his career, with an injury in the fight from the second round on, that you going 12 rounds with, 11, 12 rounds, whatever. That's not top level competition to me,
It's not, but a lot of other fighters get credited for the same thing. Like Crawford knocked Benavidez out in the 12th round.
Yeah.
He had a knee brace all on him, and he went 12 with the guy knee brace. I believe, but like I said, I believe Tank dropped the ball. Like, there's no excuse for it.
Hold on, my dude. I keep getting a call and it's knocking you out. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
No, it's just the thing is, now for Devin, the one thing I seen that was key to me now, as Blue said, Styles may fight. I didn't like Devin's performance against Santiago. I thought you should have got him out of there. I thought Tank or Ryan would have got Santiago out of there much quicker than that.
I feel you. Yeah, that's one fight. That's why I said that, that's why I said to everybody that we still need to see Devin Haney fight a type guy, because I feel you on that fight. But I don't know too much about Santiago. He just could have been an awkward fighter, but we still need to see Devin Haney fight a top level opponent.
I don't know what Eddie and them doing over. I think sometimes they're holding these guys from fighting top level opponents until they get to the big fight, because they don't want their guys getting exposed and messing up the money. I think the name of the game today is protect your fighter at all costs. That's been going on a lot with a lot of guys. I believe Tevin Farmer was doing that. I'm just holding on to this belt as long as I can. I got 4 losses, 1 more loss, and I lose this belt. All my paydays go away. Let me maximize this belt and these paydays on weak competition as long as I can. There's a lot of fighters doing that. They ain't trying to get exposed by somebody. I think that's why Ryan didn't want to fight a couple guys. He didn't want to get exposed before he got to his big fight.
Right.
And I think that's why Oscar had a lot of issues with him. Like, no, Mexican fighter, I fought everybody, so do you.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? But these guys today, they're not trying to do that.
Well, before I let you go, one thing I gotta say is Ryan Garcia, he already moving ahead of Tank Davis to me as far as competition level right now, because everybody, a lot of people don't want to give Luke Campbell his credit, but Luke Campbell a hell of a fighter. So if Ryan Garcia can go out there and beat Luke Campbell and look good doing it, he gonna make some noise. Like I said, because ain't nobody.
Ryan should do that. You remember Luke is suspect to that left, and Ryan got to do a left. I believe Ryan should clip him.
Luke Campbell.
See how Ryan handles the pressure that Luke's gonna bring. That's all I'm looking for.
Luke Campbell's a good fighder. He's a very good fighter. Luke Campbell, to me, right now, is better than the Gamboa is right now, and he's better than Pedraza. Period.
Very true.
And so Luke Campbell is better than Leo Santa Cruz. You got to think that Leo. Let's talk about Leo Santa Cruz, right? Was struggling in his past couple fights. He didn't look that good against guys at 126. Leo not running through these guys at
the one fight he said he had the flu, so I'm gonna give him an excuse on that.
But all I'm saying is Leo is not running through competition at 126, right?
No, he's not.
Daniel Parr, what are you talking about? Come on, bro? How you gonna say that Campbell is not close to Leo Santa Cruz? Do you even watch boxing? You gonna tell me that Luke Campbell's not close to Leo Santa Cruz? Come on, man. Miss me with that.
I'm excited to see this fight with Campbell and Ryan. Like I heard it, I was like, yes, I respect that. I respect it, and I want to see it because I know Campbell will push him, which we want to see. Like I said, I believe Ryan's going to clip him, is going to win. I just want to see how he handles the pressure. That's all I want to see from Ryan.
Right. So that's it. That's it,
brother. Let me get up out of here.
Yeah. I appreciate you for calling in. All right.
No doubt, family. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay successful. Stay blessed, man. Keep up the good work, family.
All right. I appreciate you. All right.
Nope.
G Mays. Okay. Yeah. Let me check. I see you, G Mays. I'm gonna check it right now. While I'm checking this, so like I said, it's a whole lot of questions still to be, answered about Tank Davis and a lot of these fighters. Tank, it's basically all of these cats, right? That's in the 135-pound division, except for Lomachenko, really. It's still question marks out on them. Oh yeah, G Mays. I've been telling you, they think they gonna get all these Errol Spence haters. They think that they're going to get Big EJ, but come September, when he get in the ring against Danny Garcia, you're going to get that nigga with the shag. If you don't know who the nigga with the shag is, do your research and come back and holler at me. Hey, for real. But speaking of Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia, Ed Duran says Luke Campbell has a good pedigree. Luke Campbell definitely beats Ryan. I don't know. We got to see. We don't know. Ryan Garcia is still questions to be just like the rest of these fighters at 130, 135. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my man World Combat Sports. Make sure that y'all go subscribe to Scotty White, World Combat Sports. Salute to you and everybody in the chat that I missed. I see y'all. I couldn't get to y'all, but feel free to call in and voice your opinion on this situation with Tank Davis. Tank Davis, he sounded like he's nervous making weight. You got to be more disciplined than that. You a professional. You are a professional. You got to be more disciplined than that. And everybody that's put him on that high pedestal and making excuse after excuse for him, all you doing, right, is setting him up for a big failure if he don't get disciplined, because he cannot continue to do what he's doing. And then when he steps up to fight the top level competition, I'm not talking about no Leo Santa Cruz. When he step up to fight the top level competition, it's going to show and it's going to bite him in his ass. So unless he do a whole 360 turnaround, like I said, y'all going to be disappointed. Y'all going to be very disappointed unless he do a whole 360 turnaround. In his fan base, y'all not helping him while making excuses and letting him, get away with not wanting to fight these guys and making all these excuses for him. Randall Bivens says, as I said, when you gain a lot of weight while you're not training, the neck will become suspect. Ask Ricky Hatton. I'm saying, like, you're not gonna go with everybody that you fight, right? A lot of people think that Leo Santa Cruz, well, not a lot of people, most people like myself think that Tank Davis should go in there and blow out Leo Santa Cruz, right? You got other people like Robert Drummond. He thinks that Leo Santa Cruz is going to expose some things in Tank Davis. Now, what's going to happen if Tank Davis finds himself in the eighth round against Leo Santa Cruz, and Leo Santa Cruz is still standing in front of Tank Davis, right? I don't see it happening. I see Leo Santa Cruz I see Leo Santa Cruz getting knocked out. I see Tank Davis just being too much, in the first half of the fight and getting him out of there, probably like by 7 rounds, 7 or less. I don't think that Leo Santa Cruz will last more than 7 rounds with Tank Davis. But what's going to happen if Tank Davis is still in the ring with Leo Santa Cruz and it's the 8th round now? Now it's the 9th round. What's going to happen then, right? Y'all can make all the excuses that you want, but when you continue to put your body through abuse, when you continue to drink like he do and party like he do, and then gain so much weight, y'all got to understand, he's having to drop 50 plus pounds in fat camp. Let's see, if he fighting at 130, and he getting up to, some people say, he walking around 185, 190. I don't know. But if he getting up that high in weight, he got to drop 50 plus pounds in 12 weeks, You don't think that he put his body through a whole bunch of abuse? You don't think that in a long fight over a 10, 12 round fight that's going to catch up to him if he don't get you out of there early? Man, stop, right? Stop. And then once he start getting older, you don't think that shit really gonna catch up with him? Hey, like I said, y'all can make all the excuses in the world. That's not helping him. What's helping him if his fans kept it real, and start letting it be known, like, hey, you gonna get it together or we ain't gonna support you. And we not gonna support you not fighting the top, the top fighters. Leo Santa Cruz, he don't have no business fighting Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz needs to be hollering at Gary Russell. Randall Bivens says the only liability Santa Cruz has is he is too Frankenstein-ish. He says Frankenstein-like. He says, but that could be his biggest asset. That Leo Santa Cruz don't have no defense. He walks. They know. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. When you hear Leonard Ellaby in TMT, when you hear Tank Davis, right? Always talking about that he has a plan. They got a plan for him, and they telling you that they got a plan for Tank Davis, right? When you hear that, what that means is we're going to move him carefully. We only going to put him in the ring right now because we know he's not disciplined, right? We are not too sure that he can beat these other guys at the top of 135 or at the top of 130 because he's not disciplined, right? We don't want to put him in there like that, right? Because if it's a tough, grueling 12-round fight, we don't know what he's going to do, right? So what they're telling you is we got a plan for him. We're going to pick and choose who we put him in the ring with, right? We're going to get the most money out of it. And then, hey, if he show us that he going to get disciplined, then we going to go straight to the top. If not, we got a plan to where we going to cash out anyway. That's what the plan is. Because when you a real fucking dog, when you a real beast, like Devin Haney and them told you, it ain't no plan. The money going to come. It ain't no plan. We want the smoke. Ed Duran says, I don't think Leo can hurt Tank by KO in 6. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying about this Leo Santa Cruz fight. They looked at this fight and they like, okay, that's an easy fight. And we might can make big numbers because Leo Santa Cruz is a Mexican fighter that has somewhat of a following, say he got a following, right? So that's an easy fight. That's a plan. That's a plan. You making decisions like that because you making smart money moves, but then it's not a fight that. Why would you want to see that shit as a fan when you've been waiting for Tank Davis to fight the best fighters, right? When you've been waiting for Leo Santa Cruz himself to stop acting like a hoe and fight Gary Russell, right? They both been ducking smoke because Tank Davis been ducking Lomachenko for years. And then we know Leo Santa Cruz been ducking Gary Russell for years and years. So just put them in the ring together, right? But we know who's going to win this fight. If Tank Davis don't win this fight, I don't even need to say nothing. If Tank Davis going to win this fight. But if he don't win this fight, I'm going to be shocked. Everybody going to be shocked. And that's going to be probably the end of Tank Davis as we talking about him now. If he go in there and lose to Leo Santa Cruz, come on now. Leo Santa Cruz don't have nothing for Tank Davis. He can't hurt him. Leo Santa Cruz don't got no defense. All Leo Santa Cruz can do is come forward like he do, throw a whole bunch of punches, and hope and pray that Tank Davis get tired, in the later rounds if he can make it to the later rounds. Other than that, Leo Santa Cruz ain't got nothing for Tank Davis. Dom Reek says Santa Cruz best win was against Frampton. That's a fact. Randall Bivens say perhaps some of these hungry fighters should create a demand and force the fight by eliminating options. That way we will see who's ducking who. Well, we know. I mean, right. So if Tank Davis go and fight Leo Santa Cruz, right? Get Leo Santa Cruz up out there, right? Then who he gonna fight next, right? if they fuck around, first of all, you gotta, if Ryan Garcia don't beat, if Ryan Garcia has a tough fight ahead of him. So let's not just look over Luke Campbell, because Luke Campbell, a good fighter himself, very good fighter. So Ryan Garcia got to get past Luke Campbell. Now, let's fuck up everything for y'all. What if Ryan Garcia don't even beat Luke Campbell, right? What if Ryan Garcia don't beat Luke Campbell, right? And Tank Davis, okay, he got to give me fight against Leo Santa Cruz on pay-per-view. Who he gonna fight then? You got all the smoke. You got smoke at 130. You got smoke at 135. You got all these dudes calling you out. Y'all gonna just let him fight another Rudy Poo? Y'all gonna just let him just pass everybody up and still make an excuse for him? Because it got to stop somewhere. It got to stop somewhere. Y'all gonna run out of excuses. He gonna run out of excuses. You know what I'm saying? It's a dead end at the end of this road. He gonna have to fight one of these dudes. It got to stop somewhere. So don't just bank on him being able to fight Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia got to get past Luke Campbell first. World Combat Sports says if Floyd can't dial Tank in, he says if Floyd can't dial Tank in, he says he in trouble and it's nobody's fault but his. Real shit. You know, we want to make all the excuses in the world for Tank, but I said you keep on. And Tank keep on doing what he doing. It's a dead end at the end of the road, because he gonna have to see one of these dudes. Ronald Finkley in the building. He said, Yordenis Ugas versus Abel Ramos. Yeah, that's a fight that's coming on this weekend. Ain't nobody really. It is what it is. Ain't nobody really caring about that damn fight. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. It is what it is. That fight that Laura had this weekend, and I'm a bot, but that shit was pitiful. That shit was boring as hell. They could have kept that shit off TV. Cassandra Mason says no more Rudy Poos. Yeah, he can't fight no more Rudy Poos. He got to step his game up. You dig what I'm saying? He got to step his game up. What he gonna do next? Fight Oscar Valdez? What he gonna do? They gonna make a fight with Oscar Valdez at 130? Because you know Oscar Valdez some more easy money. I don't want to see. Nah, you gotta come on now. You gotta show me. You gotta do something. Like 50 Cent said, you gotta do something, baby. You gotta do something. Tank, it's that time. Mr. Shelton off in the building. He says, "Hey, bro, what do you think to Wilder receiving a gag order for the PBC, making him completely unapproachable by media?" I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that. He don't have no gag order. Deontay Wilder is his own man. Deontay Wilder can choose to do interviews and choose to talk to whoever he want to talk to. All of these media dudes out here, you know, old media putting out all these bullshit lies about Deontay Wilder. Now they mad because he don't fuck with him. I wouldn't fuck with him neither. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do no interviews. I wouldn't speak to him neither. Period. You want to continue put all these lies out about me? I'm not fucking with you. That's just what it is. That's his own decision. He don't have to fuck with, you know. A lot of fighters do that. Ed Duran says Valdez getting iced about Burchell, but I bet you that Tank Davis don't want no smoke with Burchell. He ain't never called his name. That's a hell of a fight. That's an action-packed fight. That's a fight that Tank Davis could really shine in. Burchell is a fighter that's gonna come straight forward and he gonna bang it out with you. Excuse me. Tank Davis and Burchell would actually be probably one of the best fights, action-packed for the fans, that could be made in all of boxing. Tank Davis versus Burchell. But that's what I'm saying. He's not trying to give you fights like that because they got a plan for Tank. And the plan is not to be in tough fights like that. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's the same energy that I got for Terrence Crawford that I got with Tank Davis, right? I want to see them fight somebody. Stop making excuses for them. I want to see them fight somebody, right? That's it. That's it. You get mad if you want to. You can make a million excuses for them. At the end of the day, when are you going to fight somebody, right? When are you going to fight somebody? That's it. I don't want to hear, well, we got a plan, or no, I won't. Until you sign a contract with one of these names that's an A-level opponent, that's all I want to hear is when are you going to fight somebody. All that other shit is just bullshit, right? So, yeah, it's Tank Davis ducking the smoke against the top-level competition. That's what it's looking like. That's my final thought. Until he showed me different, let's see what he do after he fight Leo Santa Cruz. Until he showed me different, that's just the way I'm going to feel about it. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I don't have a problem with nobody having their own opinion. But one thing you got to stop doing is making a whole bunch of excuses for them because, it ain't going to get him nowhere in the long run. So that is what that, and that's all I got to say. So, everybody, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, right? Everything Boxing and Sports. Hit my like button because if you in here, you ain't hit the like button, it don't make no sense. It don't take no time to hit the like button. Idris Flores Jr. says, I just joined this right now. What's the prediction for the upcoming fight? What fight you talking about? It's a lot of fights upcoming. You late, man. We finna get ready to wrap it up. I've been on here for over 2 hours, about to wrap it up now. But just depends what upcoming fight. I got Tank Davis. If you're talking about the Tank Davis fight, I got Tank Davis stopping Leo Santa Cruz. I got Tank Davis stopping Leo Santa Cruz. But I said that Tank Davis, if he find himself in the 9th, 8th, 9th, 10th round with Leo Santa Cruz, he could be having a problem, right? But I appreciate everybody. Do I go live during fights? Not really, because they like to. You can't really go live during fights. I can go live during. I could start doing, live commentary during fights. I can't show the fight though. On Instagram, I probably could, but I don't really, on Instagram, I probably could. Everybody go follow me on Instagram too. It's Mr_everything_boxing _. And so, but like I said, I'm getting ready to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And you already know what I do when I get on here. They go talking that boxing again. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. And anything ain't everything, but around here, everything boxing. And like I said, thank everybody for tuning in. If you're not already subscribed to me on YouTube, go to YouTube and go to Everything Boxing and Sports and subscribe. Hit my like button before you out. And Randall Bivens, if people want to start hearing me do live commentary, we can make that happen. But until then, I'll be back on here. I might not be back in time tomorrow, but if I do get back in time tomorrow, I will be back on here. Other than that, I'll be back on Wednesday. And like I said, I appreciate everybody for coming in. Daniel Parr, salute to you. Cassandra Mason, Randall Bivens, G. Mays, Ronald Finkley, Flores Jr. I'm out.